tragedy of all, the greatest tragedy of all is waiting, waiting for the right time, waiting for people to accept you, waiting for you to leave your job, waiting for the right type of opportunity to come along. And that, my friends, is the greatest tragedy of all. A lot of people think that the greatest tragedy of all is failure or, falling short. I used to work in an organization where people watched you like a hawk. They were individuals who didn't trust their employees. And I was taught at the beginning of my career that if I didn't do it right, that was wrong. Instead, where there was no opportunities to really ideate, opportunities to grow. And I realized that was a poor organization and they weren't going to get where they needed to be. The organizations that allow you to grow really want you to start. I have a saying, and I need to put it in here, uh, which I learned from some great people. Done is better. I'm putting it in here than perfect. Done is better than perfect. And I say that because a lot of us are waiting for things to be perfect to start something. And this message is really for our corporate women out here in these corporate streets. I realize that a lot of you are in your positions, and for some reason, you were taught from your organizations that you had to put your dreams on hold, or you had to put your vision on hold, or you had to put whatever it is on hold, and that is a lie. I do believe that when you are working toward a vision, you have to do something and take action and get it done and not worry about it being perfect, not worrying about the perfect time. And that is exactly where we need to be. For those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Diana Patton, and I am the Authentic Power Strategist for corporate women. I help women understand why their authenticity is their power. That is their power, speaking their truth, being true to themselves, and doing things that make forward movement happen. And so I want to ask you, what are you waiting for? Are you a doer or are you a dabbler of your vision? And you know what I feel often is that this is another saying that I say all the time is that how you do everything is how you do everything. How you do everything is how you do everything. And you may have gotten by in certain circumstances with doing things that you've practiced over and over and over again, like your job. You do your job very, very well. But the way you visualize yourself and the way you see yourself is very telling when it comes to doing something else, another project. I'm not saying that the project is not going to be outside of your scope, it's going to be outside of your comfort zone. But when you are a doer, you are the type of person who looks at the situation and then you analyze it and then you start to take action. Now, some would say, well, that's not the personality of a you know, sh- whatever it is. Say, for instance, you are an ESJ, the Myers Briggs, or you are, some person who has a certain predictive index or a strengths finder, whatever that is. My whole point is everybody. It doesn't matter what personality type, what happened when the sun came up, and what you are considered to be, moon rising, sun setting, and all the things. You were meant to do something in this world that's creative. Now, whether you actually think that the how you look at it and how you see it through your personality type is one thing, but I believe that God gives everyone a vision, gives everyone purpose, gives everyone the power to do it and to connect with the right people to get it done. The key is getting it done. The key is seeing yourself do it and stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. Stop acting like you don't understand how to get it done. Stop getting distracted and going after the shiny objects. Stop wasting your time. When you have free time, you should be working on your vision. Stop spending time with people who keep putting you down because of your vision. It's time for you to get clear on that because, again, the greatest tragedy is not starting at all. It is not failure, it's not falling short. And the one thing I will say first for myself, I have a vision. I have a vision to get 100,000 women into the Rise Advocates movement. We have four ambassadors: Darlene Cox, Charlene Ketzner, Ebony Carter, and Catherine Phillips. These four women and myself, we've decided to come together to make the Rise Advocates movement a movement. And gratefully, we have the Rise Advocates who graduate from the Rise Advocates Academy, and we are having people go through our strategic immersion programs. Why? Because we have a vision. The vision is 100,000, right? Coming here today, as I sit here today in this actual live, there are zero people who are physically with me, but I have 100,000 women who are with me in the spiritual realm. Why? Because I know that to be. I visualize that to be. Just because there's no one here in this physical call doesn't mean that I stop, doesn't mean that I failed. It doesn't mean that I fall short. What would be a tragedy is if I stopped altogether and I didn't do anything, right? Now I can ideate, prove things, and make things better, but the key is I'm going forward. And what I want to say, what is a tragedy for a lot of people is a lot of people they don't want to risk embarrassment. They don't want to risk people talking about them or judging them. And as a result, they stay small, right? Because I love Marianne Williamson's poem, Our Deepest Fear. In the book she wrote called A Return to Love, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are more powerful than ever. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And you know what we do? Like we ask ourselves, who am I to do this? Who am I to act like I can be bold enough to do this? Who am I to be brave and to be fabulous and to be amazing? Well, the question is, who are you not to be? You playing small, it does not serve the world well. You are a child of God. And by that very nature, your light, when you shine your light, it gives other people, it unconsciously gives other people to do the same. So you must go out there and you must be a doer because it's a tragedy if you were to leave this earth without doing that. And that is my key message for you today. So I want to leave you with a couple ideas because I want to share that my story has been one of starting something and then going, oh gosh, that's not it. Starting this, my vision has always been to help women rise. Even when I was a little girl, I had five older sisters and one younger brother. I was always the one sitting here thinking, why do we have to do it this way? Let's do it this way. I'm going to go over here. I want to go out there. I want to see what's out there. I want to help other people see it too. And so I began my work of working on myself, overcoming my trauma. I didn't even know it was trauma that I was growing up when I had an abusive father. I didn't understand any of that. I didn't really understand and verbalize that trauma and me like recycling my negative thoughts. Even though I became an attorney and wanted to go out there and fight for justice, I did not realize how my trauma and my pain was deeply holding me back. And some of you might be dealing with that as well. And if you are, that's the reason why you've got to train yourself. You've got to understand how your character, your personality, your values, and the way you show up is actually is vibrating into the world. And until you become aware of it and you start practicing who it is that you want to be, will you go after your vision because you'll never feel worthy enough. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of us need to go into this work with a deep understanding that you've got to get focused. You've got to start taking action. So my first question to you is, what's your vision? Do you have a vision for your life? Most people can't even answer that question. What is your vision? You have to have a vision. And when you have a vision, you write it down, make it plain. And then look at it. I mean, I journal my vision often and I write down my vision and I see it, I look at it, and I also know the how, like how I'm going to get there. It's just very scary. It's like out here. You got 100,000 women. How you do that? You got like 5 women right now. How are you going to get 100,000? Because God knows I'm going to get 100,000. God has the how, but you know what I'm going to keep doing? I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep taking action, even though it's uncomfortable, even though I may not know the answers. I'm going to keep showing up. And that's one thing that I'm going to have you take away from today's live. You have to have a vision. Get that clear. Understand what that is. And then when you have a vision, you're going to take one step every single day toward that vision. In the Rise Advocates movement, we want visionaries. We want people who want to take action. Why? Because when we know that you're the person who wants to take action, then we can help move you along, right? And we're so excited because in our community and in our team has developed a beautiful special opportunity that we can't wait to share with you in the next few lives. They're going to be talking about an easy way that you can invest on getting in the Rise Advocates movement ladder. Why? Because it's all about rising. It's all about taking steps toward the vision that you have for yourself, even in your corporate position. We know that you work for a high caliber organization and you guys are doing great work within your organization. How does that align with your vision? How does that align with your values? How is it aligning with the assignment that you've been given here on earth? Have you taken inventory it? Have you assessed it? If not, you need to, and you need to follow us. So we have an easy way for you to be able to come into our community. And we would like to offer you what's called the Authenticity Code audio series. The Authenticity Code audio series is available to you now, and I'm looking for I'm looking for the link that's going to give that to you. Actually, we're going to put that link in the show notes. So, in your comments in this post, if you're watching this on repeat, I would love for you, or on the replay, I would love for you to take a look at our Rise Advocates Authenticity Code audio series. It's a 3-part series that's going to help you be able to rise. So uh, I want to give that to you and know that this is going to help you get to where you want to be. And please just start. So it would be also phenomenal if in the comments you would be able to say, here's the one thing that I want to do, or even share your vision. Put it in the comments. Let us know so we can applaud you and congratulate you. Just putting it out there, just saying it and putting it out there is the great first step. All right? Well, thank you so much, and I hope that this live has given you some beautiful nuggets to start with, and to get you encouraged. So I want to share that we're going to be continuing to go live every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's likely our last live here on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube is going to be Friday, which is going to be May the 1st. And then we will begin to do a cycle of once a week going live. So we hope that you join us. But until then, we hope that you can come into our community by taking advantage of the Rise Advocates Authenticity Code 3-part audio series. It's free. And we'll be sure to put that into the comments. All right. Until then, we look forward to seeing you. And hello to my 100,000 women. I'm so grateful that you were here with me today. I feel your vibration. All right. You take care. Have a great